Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special guest, Molly.
Hi y'all.
Molly and I have been best friends since the 7th grade, and today we are full-fledged adults on our own, and she has decided to join my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be using a lot of Molly's makeup to show her how to use it correctly, because
I don't know what I'm doing at all.
Perfect. So we're just going to be showing her some tips today, and we might as well just get a video out of it. So if you want to see what happens to Molly's face, then keep on watching. So I've already prepped Molly's face. So I already used the Clinique Moisture Surge and the Botanics Organic, what is this? 100% Rosehip oil. So we have a nice base, and your skin already ate that up.
Super f***ing dry.
So Molly's skin is definitely a lot drier than my skin is. Of course, you may have seen on my previous videos that my skin is a little bit more oily, but I'm working on a complete different canvas this time, so we have to put a little bit more prep into it. We have 3 of Molly's makeup bags. Well, we're going to mainly use like a lot of your makeup, but we're going to use a lot of my brushes because... Actually, where are your brushes? These are Molly's brushes, so let's just get a good zoom in on that. And here are... So this is Molly's Jeffree Star x Morphe collaboration. We have some very, very clean makeup brushes here. And just, you know, some lashes.
You know what? But it's teaching me to clean my brushes.
Yes. So she's going to leave here, and I'm going to clean all her brushes. I'm not going to let her leave with these brushes all filthy. So we're going to use a lot of my brushes. You'll still be able to know how to use your products, but with some better quality. So this is Molly's. This is the Fenty Beauty Soft Silk. This is the new one, right? The hydrating one? This is the new hydrating Fenty primer. So we're going to take 2 pumps. And we're going to work this into the skin. I've never used this one, so I don't know if it blurs enough.
I don't really know what that even means. That's a little too makeup term
Perfect.
for me. I mean, it's hydrating.
Does it make you look like soft?
No,
like,
not really. It just hydrates.
Okay, perfect. So I don't know if this is blurring or not, and neither does Molly, which is great. This is her makeup. I feel like we can use like another like blurring primer on top of it. So we'll just go for one of mine. So we're trying to work out the setup here because obviously I've never had a guest on my channel thus far. Molly is the first one. But we're trying to get used to the setup here.
Dysfunction.
Yes, dysfunction is just how things work sometimes. This is my primer. This is my favorite primer. I know I've used this in videos before. This is the Cover FX Blurring Primer. This is, I think, $39.
Oh. No.
And this is just going to make like your pores and stuff like vanish. So you see how it looks all like
gritty.
Yeah, it's like kind of like gritty, but this kind of like smooths all your pores, makes you look very soft and airbrushed. Look, yeah, so you can like instantly see that.
I'm gonna steal that from you.
Okay, well no. I don't have a foundation that's light enough for you. So now we're gonna move on to foundation. Molly has the Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 230, which, well, tell them, Molly.
Well, that's my spray tan shade because I am pretty much albino. So normally I'm a 110 in Fenty or 01 in like everything else.
Love
so
that.
we're gonna mix those two.
We're gonna make some nice good cocktail. We're gonna take our glass palette that I've shown before.
That's nice.
How many do you use? Just like a
couple pumps of that one and a couple pumps of that one.
Okay.
So like 2 and 2.
So we're gonna do 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Oh wow, that's so you can see the contrast and shade there.
It's a big difference when I have my dark sprays for the summer.
Yeah, it really does make a difference.
But it blends, I think, really nicely. We'll have to see what you think.
Well, we're gonna see, aren't we? So I'm just gonna take a brush here. I'm just gonna take the end, mix it together. I mean, that looks pretty good. Actually, okay, so that's a pretty good mix. Don't hate that. So we're gonna go on the cheek. So you want full coverage, right?
Oh yes, I want to be cake base. You said don't hate that.
Love that. You can make cake.
two ways. You could be like, this absolutely is not gonna work on your skin.
No, I think this works. I mean, look at that. That looks like it matches.
I'm gonna get all the excess.
We're not gonna waste no foundation here. It's expensive.
Yep.
So before this dries, I'm gonna take, this is my beauty sponge. I'm just gonna take her rose spray, spray that on a little bit, and then blend things out. So Molly just got lash extensions, so we're gonna make sure and avoid those. Don't get any excess product in that, because you can't get them wet for what, 24 hours?
24 hours.
Yes.
This is a cat eye set, so
Show the camera.
I do not want to miss out my pretty babies. We did a 6mm this way and went out for a dramatic effect.
There we go.
Oh, I'm
Where? Shout out your lash place.
Blinx lash extensions.
You didn't even know the
In
name.
my chin. I think it's Blinx or Blink. It's Blinxed. I don't know how to spell it. I mean, I know I don't know how to say it, but I know how to spell it.
We'll leave the information down below.
Yes.
Do you have a specific tech you go to?
Her name is Jennifer, and she's really sweet.
Hey Jennifer, shout out to you.
Y'all need to check her out. She has really good spa music, pillows,
The
some
works.
cute crystals. Like it's like a whole spa in there.
Love that. Yeah, we'll leave that info down below. So we're gonna use the Huda. Well, it's supposed to be Huda Beauty, but Molly just graciously scraped off the beauty and the shade name. So I don't know what it is. This is the High Coverage Creamy Concealer. I've never used this, but I know it's very full coverage. So we're gonna see how we use this. This is very light on you, isn't it? That's like white, Molly.
Okay, but that's because I have a spray tan on right now. But I'm telling you, like, I like it. I want it to be brightening. You think it's too white?
I mean, it's a little light.
Well, then what? Well, do you have anything light enough for me?
No. Do you see the skin?
That's what I'm saying. We gotta work with who we have.
When you use something full coverage, you don't want to use a lot. You kind of want to build the product first.
I'm moving my head too high. You need to tell me to keep my head with you.
Actually, maybe we can try brush.
I'm telling you, it doesn't work good with a sponge.
I didn't like that with the sponge.
I need you to help me.
I'm trying. I'm going to use the JH08 brush. And we're going to go in with a little bit more. So I'm just going to like do that much. And blend it out with this brush instead. Oh yeah, this is way better. Yeah, that worked way better with a brush than it did with the sponge. So if you're going to use this, I recommend using like a kind of like a tapered, tight brush here. To the other side. So I know this dries quickly, so I'm going to do one eye at a time. Because this dries, like, I felt it earlier, like, on the back of my hand. But I feel like it dries, like, more like powder.
Yeah.
It has, like, a powder finish. So Molly had a concern where she wanted to just keep the light under her eye. So I was telling her, I was like, you blend out your concealer first, and then you go back with your sponge, your brush, whatever you're using. And then you blend out the edges. And then what that does is it keeps the brightness on top of whatever excess you have left on your sponge. Will blur out the edges and just keep the brightness under. Now we're just gonna highlight everywhere we're gonna highlight. We're only gonna use a little bit because this is a very full coverage, very light. So I think the Huda is a little too, like almost like too chalky looking. So I'm gonna add a little bit of the Fenty Beauty concealer in the shade 100. I'm kind of just going to hit where we want a little bit more coverage, so right in here. And I feel like the Fenty Beauty concealer is a little bit similar in texture, so they shouldn't like clash with each other. Okay, so now we have Molly's concealer on. Before it creases, we're gonna go into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Powder in Translucent. I know you were saying that you don't have like a bright enough like loose powder. This one's a really good one, but it is like. Actually, I don't know how much this is. I'll throw up a screenshot of how much it is. So we're gonna buff out any creasing that may have happened. And then we're going to take our damp sponge. And we're going to grab some product. So we have set Molly's under eye with loose powder. So we're gonna do an initial set first, and then do you bake?
I don't know how to bake.
Okay, so
I guess I don't put enough, or I'll do it, and to me it just doesn't stick like what it's doing right now.
Okay.
So I don't think I get the sponge damp enough, or
You don't pick
I'm
up
not putting enough products. Yeah.
Pick up a little bit of powder first, then we do the initial set. So I just kind of pounce it on. So I do have the Fenty Beauty powder in butter. So I'm actually gonna grab a little bit of that too, because we did a whole like Fenty face. So why not use the powder as well? Again, just grabbing a little bit. Set down the initial loose powder. Now, I actually don't like to bake with the Fenty Beauty powder, so I'm actually gonna take my Anastasia powder, grab a pretty generous amount.
Okay, that's what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, so you want to get like a lot. And then you want to relax your eye. Okay. And then. So it should be something like that.
So what is the first step for?
Just to like set it. So like it doesn't move. So I usually leave my bake like, I don't know. It depends. Like sometimes I'll leave it on for like a full ass, like 30 minutes. Oh, wow. Or sometimes I'll just like put it on, do like my brows, or I don't know, do something like my bronzer and blush. Then just dust it off. It really depends. You don't have to bake for a long time. People think you have to leave it on. People are like, I don't have time for that. But you can literally just put on your bake and like leave it on for 5 minutes and then wipe it off.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, how do you know, like, what's the benefit of leaving it longer?
The benefit of leaving it longer is you get more of a brightening effect, depending on what the powder is, and you get more smoothness. So it really like makes your foundation, concealer, everything really melt and fuse together. So now we'll just set the rest of your face.
I always see, makeup artists having all this bake, and I'm like, what am I doing? I definitely just do the setting and definitely don't bake.
Yeah.
So now I know.
Yes. So now I'm just going in with the Anastasia powder on the bottom of the sponge. And now I'm just setting the rest of the face where we're not baking. That way when we put our blush, bronzer, highlighter on, it doesn't grab to anything wet. So I'm just going to take a smaller detail brush, a little bit of powder, and really get under where Molly may have some creasing. You don't really have a lot.
No?
Not really. So this is a trick that Desi Perkins said one time, and I don't know if she really follows it or not, but she said that if you have like under eye creasing, you blend the way that your crease goes. So if you're creasing this way, you blend this way. I don't know if that's true, but I've been trying it. I mean, it looks like it.
It makes sense.
It does, yeah, it makes sense, but I feel like it really does something.
Oh, wow.
See what I mean?
Yeah, because it was
like
really wrinkly.
Yeah, you're like pushing the powder in.
Into the little.
Yeah. So I use. Oh my god.
Can we keep that?
Yeah, we can keep that.
Oh, that's dark.
Yeah, this is mine. This is in Sand. So I use the shade Sand to like set the rest of my foundation. But I have the shade Creamwhip, which I use sometimes for under my eye. So I think once we kick Molly's bake off, I'll go into the perimeters so we don't lose the brightness. So actually, let's just do that now. So we're going to take the JH07 brush, so this like fluffy brush. And we're just going to flick off.
Can we keep that too?
Yes.
I need to watch what you're doing.
So we're just going to flick off the bake. Now I'm going to take this. This is the Beyond Perfecting powder, foundation, and concealer. So you can actually use this under the eye too. This is in the shade Creamwhip, and I'm just going to take my JH01 brush, my big fluffy brush.
I cannot with that. I keep telling him how big this brush is. I've never seen one like that.
She's a nice big brush. So, you see, this powder's so good. It just like blurred you. This powder is so good. I know I talked about this in my other video, but this powder just like blurs out your skin and just makes you look so airbrushed. Even if you're not using like a concentrated brush, like even just using like this big fluffy brush, or sometimes I'll use this one. This is the JH03 brush, which is a lot more firm than this one is. Just like really pack it on. But even if you use like a really like fluffy brush, it still blurs out your pores very well.
I didn't even know you were supposed to use pressed powder so I thought it messes up the concealer.
So, like, not a lot of people like to use a pressed powder. I know it's, like, very, like, old school, I guess you could say. Because, I mean, before, use your full coverage foundation and use your full coverage pressed powder, and then you kind of just lived that way.
That's what we did when we were young.
Yes, exactly. So, now things are a little bit different because now loose powder is used for everything. Like, you can just take, like, your Laura Mercier or whatever and just set your entire face now. But what I like to do is I like to set with loose powder and then go back with, like, a pressed foundation powder to not only give a little bit more coverage, but bring back some color that you may have lost with, like, a translucent powder. Keep the highlight under the eye and then keep the color everywhere else.
That powder is good. I'm like, wow.
And it's really good powder.
I really want to get the MAC one we used to use. I think it was still called Studio Fix.
Yeah, it's the Studio Fix pressed powder. It's basically like this.
Yeah, they've had that for so long.
Yeah, forever. It's like their #1 selling thing. Not sponsored.
Going on and on.
Not sponsored by MAC. MAC, hit me up. Send me an email, please.
We're using Clinique, but
I know we're using Clinique, but Clinique send me an email too.
We love you too, Clinique.
Okay, so yeah, look at your base now.
That helped so much because I do feel like I was a little bit washed out. Yeah. But it's white where I wanted it to be. Right into the eyes.
Yeah. At this point, I usually go on to eyes. Do you want to do eyes? Okay.
We're doing the whole thing.
I'm gonna take my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is the holiday version. So I'm just gonna spray her down so that way the powders can all mix together. But since we just got lash extensions, we don't want to wet those. Clean, I think it really like helps bring everything together, really melts everything together. So the Morphe has the continuous spray, so you don't really like get too much product. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. Molly has a Morphe palette here. This is the 35G. And what kind of look do you want to do?
I have no idea. I don't like colors because I don't know how to use them. So I love how bronzy and neutral these are, and I just want you to tell me what goes.
Okay, I can do that. So, of course, this is a very neutral, bronzy palette. And, I mean, we can play, like, do you want to do, like, something like this? That'd be pretty. Or do you want to stay more in, like, the golds?
I do not like gold.
Perfect. So, I love that you have a palette with mainly gold in it.
Really? Because I'm feeling, like, all these, like, brown shimmeries on this side of the palette.
Oh, okay. So, like, these.
I just meant, like, these, like, yellowy ones. I'm scared of.
So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gold shades that she does not like in the palette. But she loves these. But there's only, like, these 2, like, brown ones.
And this, and this.
Okay.
And that's pretty much
it. Like, that's
these, and this one.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to go for a very basic neutral eye, which is not a bad thing. We're going to start off with some... Do you use eyeshadow primer? Okay. Do you use concealer? Okay, that's good. So you don't have to use eyeshadow primer. I just have it here. But you can always just use your concealer. So... I'm gonna go and avoid the lash extensions again.
To say, please. He already knows the drill.
Yes. And these are not cheap. How much were these?
120. They are 70 every 2 weeks. You know what the craziest thing is? These are like a level 2, so they have two sets bigger than this. And I am very concerned because I got these because they were supposed to be the tame set. Can you imagine the people that buy mega volume? They really would fly like the meme.
Yeah.
I'm not here for that.
We can just go back into the Anastasia powder. This is nice and bright. And I'm going to take the JH30 brush and just tap out a little product. I'm just going to set the eyeshadow primer. You have some good lid space. I was like, too bad you don't do anything with it.
Some shit. You know what? That's what we're here for. Okay?
True.
Or you can do it for me for the rest of my life.
I mean, put me on payroll. Give me that OnlyFans money.
OnlyFans money. Yes. You can just get me all ready for my
actually, probably.
I'll just pay you to be my...
Your glam squad. I'm gonna be... Of your
one
glam,
man
yeah.
glam squad.
Just your glam squad is just me. You're gonna tell people, oh, my glam squad's coming, just me. Just
Hey,
shows
but it sounds nice.
It
It sounds really important.
Love that.
My glam squad is coming to the house.
I show up with just like a bag. So this is like a tutorial for Molly herself so she can know how to use her own makeup. But for the sake of the video. Wow, that has no kickback. Do you have these hard panned? Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
So like, have you been like digging in here with like your finger or like a wet brush or something?
Not in the light shades, just the ones where you see how that one's kind of.
Oh yeah, so like Molly has this shade hard pan. I don't know if that's gonna read on camera, but
so that means I messed it up.
yeah, that means you got like oil in it. So like no pigment's gonna really come off like that spot unless you like scratch it off.
That makes sense because that one never works.
So we're gonna grab the shade Sandy.
That's because we're used to the Kylie palettes and all that.
That are all
stuff.
dusty.
The one I have, we
Which one?
should have dipped into that.
Actually, we could have.
That one, seriously, you want to talk about?
Dusty.
Yeah.
So we have Kylie's holiday palette from this past holiday. I don't think this is named. No, it's not.
I think it's just Kylie Holiday.
Yeah.
At least that's what the display.
So this is what this one looks like. This is a really pretty palette, but I think this one is pretty dusty.
Oh, it's very. So I'm not used to how
Just like
dry that
yeah.
one is.
To how firm the powder is. Okay, so we're gonna build your crease. Do you know where your crease is?
I can't. Okay, when I do mine, I try to stay right here, and then I'm like, oh, I need to move up, and then just my whole eye becomes one color. No, really.
Okay, so we're gonna build your color right here.
Okay.
So this is where your crease is. This is where we're gonna deposit the first amount of color. I have like 5 Morphe palettes over here, including like Jaclyn Hill's and Jeffrey's, but I've never used this one. I mean, it's showing up. It's like on the brush, so. You okay?
Mhm. My little extensions are poking me.
In your eye. Love that for you. I will say right off the bat, this one's not pigmented like my other Morphe palettes. Oh, that one's real good. Oh wow, no, these are totally like swatching. See, but that's the thing though. It's like if you swatch something, that doesn't mean it's gonna be good.
Why?
Because that's just showing the color. It's not showing like actual blendability to
blends.
it. Yeah.
Oh.
We're not gonna go into this shade right here. This is the shade Naked.
Yeah. It's all natural. Naked.
So we got Sandy and.
That's a perfect shade.
Zoom into how that's spelled.
Naked.
Naked.
This is what I'm glad it's showing
So, yeah.
me. Because.
So I'm grabbing that on a JH35 brush, just like another long blending brush. And we're going to go on top of the shade Sandy and bring up the color a little bit farther. Not to the brow bone, but just on top of the crease. And we're just using circular motions to blend out this color. So you definitely have more lid space on this side than you do on this side, because blending over here is a lot easier than it is on this side.
That's weird.
Yeah, I mean that happens.
Everybody has
Yeah.
a bad eye.
Don't look at mine.
Don't look at mine.
She looks straight in my eyes to see which one's the gimpy one. So I'm going to take a JH30 brush, the one that we used to set her primer with no product on it. And I'm just going to go on top of those shades to make sure we have a nice blend. We can go a lot deeper from here. So now we're probably going to dip. I mean, this is a very warm tone palette. So, like, I don't understand why you keep telling me isn't that too orange, but they're all pretty much warm toned orange, brown shades.
I didn't understand that. It was a gift. And I just said I wanted something brown. And she bought me this.
I mean, you got browns for sure. So, I'm going to grab a JH32 brush, and I'm going to dip into this shade right here, which is called Heat Wave. And this is like a richer chocolate brown shade. And now we're going to deepen up the crease even further. So with this one, we're going to bring it up just a little bit more to like the brow bone.
It's getting late and I'm getting giggly.
It's like 11 o'clock. Oh no, it's 12. It's a little late.
This is a lot.
I have a lot of brushes. So I'm going to take this Wet n Wild crease brush and I'm going to dip into... Oh, that has a lot of kickback.
Why are these so random? I'm telling you, when you were like, that one's dry, I'm like, no. Usually they're dusty.
Yeah, look at how like dusty this one is. This is the shade Equator. Your eyes like half open. I'm trying to like blend shadow. It's like open.
I could've just gonna open one. I mean,
you can't just open one?
I meant.
Oh my god, don't do that. So we're gonna take the shade Equator and we're gonna focus that on the outer edge of Molly's eye. And I'm just kind of like stamping it in because I want to get as much color payoff first. And then very, very light circular motion is gonna blend that out. Molly had just like a bunch of disgusting makeup in her bag and I made her throw it away. It was like expired.
I really don't.
She had an eye pencil that had mold on it. Like.
Oh my god, no, I didn't. That is so gross.
You did?
I don't think it was mold. It just needed to be sharpened.
That's not how that works.
I have to edit that part out.
Okay, so after some technical difficulties, we went ahead and just finished the brows off camera. So I think they look nice and soft, nothing too harsh for this look. And now we can move on to smoking out the lower lash line, and then we'll move on to complexion. So I'm going to grab my JH40 brush, of course, my favorite small pencil brush. And I'm going to dip into the shade Equator, the darker shade we used on the outer edge. And I'm going to run that under... Shit, that was... Writing.
This is my fault too, though, because I wasn't looking at you.
Oh, I poked up on the
funny.
eye. Like when I first started doing makeup, I would do mascara, right?
Mascara's hard to do.
Mascara's hard to do on other people, like if you don't have practice.
Natural.
Yeah, so like here's like a little insider tip for everybody. Have your model do their own mascara, and then just kind of clean up whatever they mess up, because they will. Ooh, look at that. That looks so pretty. We're going to put some brown liner in the waterline. So I'm going to go with the Urban Decay 24-Hour Glide On Pencil in Bourbon. So look up for me. So I love this pencil because it's brown, like a rich brown, but it has a little bit of like metallic. So it really brightens up the under eye. So pretty. And now you can go ahead and do your own mascara. So we're gonna use the Tarte. You're so excited.
I've been wanting to use it all day.
This is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. This is the limited edition packaging. We're gonna have Molly put this on her bottom lashes.
Does it hurt when you do it, or you're used to it?
Yeah. No, it still hurts.
Why do you put yourself through this?
Because your lips look great after. Like it's worth it. Well, Molly now has mascara on her bottom lashes, and we're going to move on to bronzer, blush, highlighter, and then lips. So for bronzer, we're going to take the LA Colors bronzer in Beach Bay. Oh, that's cute. Love that.
For summer.
Yes, perfect for summer, even though we're in quarantine, but you know, YOLO. We're going to take the JH06 brush, and we're going to bronze up the cheekbones. You have a pretty good cheekbone already.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I love that. That already looks so good. Oh, look on camera.
I know.
Oh, look at that. That looks so good. Love that. Are you still in pain?
I am.
So we used the Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme. I know we don't stand Too Faced, but this is amazing. So I'm making an exception for that. Plus I have to get through it. I mean, I'm not going to throw it away. And as you can see, Molly's lips are now very plump, very rosy. And it's because of that product. Jawline. I mean, you have a pretty good jawline.
It was better when I was thinner, but
well,
at least the cheeks stay the same.
Yeah, true. It looks so good. Oh yeah, look, that looks great on camera. Love that. So I'm just taking the JH01 brush with nothing on it. I'm just gonna swirl it all together so it looks blended into the skin.
She's so pretty.
I know, it's so pretty.
She's
So
a little banged up.
yeah, this is Molly's Milani blush. Look at that.
My favorite.
This is in the shade Bella Bellina, I guess. As you can see in the back, it's all scratched up. But this is so pretty. Oh my god, this little brush. I die. Look at this little brush. But we're gonna dip in.
I usually don't use that.
I hope you don't.
Cheek brush.
So we're gonna, it looks pretty pigmented.
It really is.
Then we're gonna apples of the cheek and blend it with the bronzer.
Is it showing?
I mean, it's more like, yeah, it's showing. Well, because you can see, like, the shimmer more than you can the actual, like, color.
Oh, I don't know if I'm here for that, because we're going to do highlighter.
Yeah. Actually,
we can use that really pink one you wanted to try, remember?
Oh, the other Milani one? Yeah. Molly has this other Milani bra. It is like 2 a.m. So
we've been having serious issues today.
We've been going through it. Molly has the Milani blush in Coral Cove. Hello.
Jeffree Star taught me all about this one.
This is the Rose Pan. So pretty. This is such a cute color too.
Good for summer.
Because it's dusty. That means she has some pigment though. Oh yeah, that's way better.
Does she?
Yeah, that's way better. Ooh, that's so
Maybe
pretty.
I'll start using this one.
Yeah, use this one. Blush is like one of the powders that won't wear as long as, like, let's say bronzer or highlighter. So you can pack on blush and then it'll end up wearing off anyway. Going back into the LA Colors bronzer, I'm gonna contour her nose. Do you contour your nose?
Yes.
You do?
It's already really skinny. I do like to add a little something.
Yeah, you have to. If not, you're just gonna have like really bronzy, like, outer features, and then the middle of your nose just looks weird. See, not too much. Then we're gonna take our JH01 brush and just go just like that. Blend it all out. Then we're going to move into my favorite part, which is highlighter.
Oh, mine too.
So, yeah, you love highlighter, huh?
I love it.
So we're gonna first go into the ColourPop Super Shock highlighter in the shade Smoke and Whistles. That is not focusing. You know what? Just take my word for it. I'm just gonna take it with my finger because it's a cream. And I'm just going to pat that on the high planes of the cheeks first. And these are so good because they go into like a powder dry down. So a lot of the times you really don't want to add cream on top of powder because it bunches up. But since this has like such a powdery dry down, it works really well. You don't want to go too heavy with the cream base because we're going to add more glow on top. But see, that looks so pretty, like on camera. And then we're going through my highlighters, and I found this. Yeah, you're super excited about this.
I'm trying to steal it. I don't know if he's going to give it to me. Ooh.
But we're going through my highlighters because Molly, of course, is a different skin tone than I am. So we had to find something that would match her. And we found the Lorac highlighter in the shade Daylight. And this is so pretty. It's a little bit light for me, but perfect for Molly's skin tone. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. That looks so pretty. That is so pretty. Ooh, look at that. That looks amazing on camera. She's feeling the fantasy. Ooh, look how skinny your nose looks now.
Ooh, nose job.
Who is she? Ooh, yes. Now we just have to
It's
do...
not that big. Who is she?
Who is she?
It's from a little bronzer. Oh, wow. You did a good job on my nose. I definitely don't know how to do that.
Let's see, yeah. So we're going to take this LA Colors lip liner in the shade Peachy. Peachy Feels. I was like, forgot how to read for a second. We're going to, of course, line Molly's lips. I'm going to take the shade Naked from Urban Decay. So we're going to use the LA Colors Pout Lip Gloss. This is actually a matte liquid lipstick in the shade Let's Kiss. This is so good. But these so these are a liquid lipstick, but they're crazy because they I don't know. It says it's a gloss. It's obviously not a gloss. But they dry down so interestingly. See, look at that color. Ooh, Liao, look at that. Wow. This slays so hard.
Wow, it does.
Yeah.
It's better than some of the expensive ones I'm
I know.
I'm not going to say.
I was like, let's not name some names out there, but this LA Colors.
Does it dry fast? It's kind of sticky right now.
It's a little sticky.
But it's something you can handle if it's $1, okay?
Yeah, it's $1.
I'm going to go buy, were there a lot of shades?
Yeah, there's a couple. I just bought this one that was more nudie. Ooh, I love that. Yeah, see, that's so pretty.
Like I'm going to prom or something.
Exactly.
Did the whole face.
We're gonna use some Urban Decay All-Nighter to really lock this in.
I think that's the only one I haven't tried. I know that's like everybody's go-to.
This actually keeps your makeup on.
Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1.
Oh yeah.
And then there's another one everyone talks about, and I can't think of what it is. Oh, the Morphe Jeffree Star Strawberry.
Oh, the strawberry one. Yeah, that's what this one is, but not the strawberry.
But not strawberry.
Actually, we're gonna do a little cocktail.
Ooh,
this is the
oh,
Smashbox setting spray. This one's rogue. This is like hairspray.
I've used that one before.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. I had got it in a little size.
So we're gonna start off with the Smashbox. It has like a nice light mist. And then we're gonna use the All-Nighter.
Wow.
Yes. I use a lot of setting spray because once you use like a lot of setting spray, it really like melts everything together. And it really like, I feel like once you use setting spray, it's like when everything like comes together.
No, Jeffree and everyone go OD on setting spray. And so I don't expect any less from you.
Yes, exactly.
But it's a learning experience for me. I don't do enough.
I know.
One quick spritz. Whoosh.
One?
Yep.
One?
That's why I was trying not to laugh. I feel like I just got like bathed.
Yeah, basically.
They get stuck in a fan.
I know. They just rip off.
Don't say that. Do you fart in front of people?
I don't fart because I am perfect. Okay guys, and this is the look that we came up with. So we used a lot of Molly's makeup, but I mean realistically we used a lot of mine, but there's nothing wrong with that. What do you feel about your makeup look?
I love it. So I wanted to learn how to do my complexion, especially how to contour the cheeks and nose, and I'm super happy with that. And then of course learning to bake and use concealer the correct way. And learning the tools for the most part. I didn't ever know what brushes to use. The eyeshadow is going to take a while for me.
It just takes practice. I mean, you just have to keep going. As you can see, it is now 2:27 at night. We have definitely been going through it. It has been, I mean, a journey, I guess you could say.
Yes, I'm his first guest, and we're both content creators. Everyone thinks it's fun to work from home, and it is. But sometimes you have technical difficulties, so we've been doing this since about 8:30. So I hope y'all like this video.
We've been learning how to really get it together.
Yes.
But I think it came out, I mean, the finished product looks amazing to me. I love the smoky eye. I love the complexion. It looks really pretty. Tell me guys, what do y'all think of Molly's complexion? Of course, I'll have Molly's socials linked down below, so you can go ahead and give her a follow. If you don't mind, please subscribe, like, and share this video. Of course, go give Molly some love.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Izzy's really good at what he does, and I'm really excited he had me as his first guest.
Yay! This is so exciting!
Yes.
So exciting! I love this, but I'm pretty sure this will not be the last time we see Molly on this channel. She's gonna squeeze her way in here one way or another. Yes. But I love this. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.